But yeah, man, this is exciting. Transformation Success Secrets with Jemand and
John, baby. It's long.
yeah, so here's the deal. So this whole quarantine thing has created a whole new way of being, all right? Adapt, thrive, survive. Okay, so we figured it's like the best time to bring this back, Jemand Jon Transformation Success Secrets to help y'all. All right, this is the quarantine edition. So everything we do is to, give you all the secrets that we know that we've discovered over time. In the last year of doing this, there's been so much that we've learned when it comes to fitness, lifestyle, and health. Okay, to debunk a lot of myths out there because there's a lot of gurus out there whispering in your ear, telling you things, and you're like, should I do this? Should I eat like this? Should I train like this? Should I do work out like this? And so it's like you don't know what works, right? So we're going to debunk a lot of that and also just give you all the tips and tools you need to achieve more success. So today we got 3 topics we're going to hit.
Yeah.
All right. So the 3 topics are, first is these are topics that came in from questions people have asked us, right? Yeah. Over the last actually month or two, questions have asked us. And, we always do our research. We always go back and see what the experts are saying, what we believe. Everything we bring you guys, it's, there's proven data to it. There's been research, there's stuff that we've done ourselves. All right. So we're always bringing y'all facts. Okay. And also how we feel about our opinions as coaches in the industry. I've been in the fitness industry over 15 years. What up? Whoever just came in, going over 15 years now, John, how long you been in the industry?
I want to say 7 or 8 years now, almost 10 years. Yeah. I mean, I got in the industry when I was practically I want to say about probably 20. I started working out religiously in high school, but I didn't really start taking it to the next level after, I was a big wrestler back in the day. And I was like, hey, I got to stay active. So that's when I joined the gym. And ever since then, it's been 8 years now. So good time. Yeah.
So, I mean, between the two of us, we've competed. I've competed for over 7 years, got my pro certificate, pro title. All right. And John has competed, won a lot of competitions. So, we are big on growth also, and learning trying to be the best at our craft, being the best professional in the industry as I can be. Okay. And the same with John. And that's why we resonate so well. And that's what made us to say, hey, listen, between the two of us, we know so much, we have so much knowledge and value up here. Why are we not sharing this with our people, with our audience, right? So that's what this is. It's just sharing what we know, what we have, and what can help you achieve even better, results and success. All right. So first topic we're talking about, right? In-home training, in-gym training. So right now, you guys know the craze is in-gym training. That's like the big thing going on now. If you look on your Facebook ads, everybody's trying to you got P90X, trying to get Beachbody, Peloton. Everybody is in-home training, do it at home. Gyms are closed. Nobody's going to the gyms. And all those people who used to go to the gyms are kind of like upset, like, dang, I can't go to the gyms no more. I'm stuck training at home. So now the question has been, which is better for results? Which should I be doing? My gym membership is canceled. I'm screwed. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't want to go home and just do push-ups and burpees and sit all day. I will never get results like that. So now it's like, and those who are doing in-home training are like, oh, I can't, this just sucks. Like, I can't train at the gym. But some of y'all are loving it. Whether you're doing our program or you're doing some other program, it doesn't matter. You're doing some kind of in-home training, right? So right now it's like the biggest question is like, okay, does it work? Right? Am I going to get the same results as I was getting from training in the gym? Am I going to continue getting results going forward if I stick to this new norm? Am I going to lose all my muscles? Questions is out there, right? John, you want to touch on this if I dive more into it?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, when it comes to whether you're going, in gym or on virtual, it really comes down to preference. Everybody has their preferences, obviously. I know a lot of you that are doing an online program, would love to still be in the gym. But as we all know, we've seen that through, our virtual program, that you guys are actually burning one more calories, and you're still getting an effective workout. So a lot of it comes down to, preference will keep you motivated and whatnot, but it just comes down to being active. You know what I mean? As we all know, most of the results comes from nutrition. Also, that 95% of the day that you're not in the gym, 5% of your day is just being in the gym or online working out. So when it comes to results, there really is no true answer, and there's no secret sauce. It really just comes down to being active, sticking to something, being consistent, setting goals, which is huge. And we're going to get into that, and making sure that, you're striving for those, those short-term goals that you set for yourself, so that's pretty much, my take on it all.
Yeah, good point, man. You touched on, the results. So here's the thing. They both work. Everything works. Everything works. It comes down to what your preference is, like John just said. So you got to look at your goal, right? Your goal is your destination. You want to lose, 20 pounds, 5% body fat, be more confident, happier, feel sexier, comfortable in your own skin. That is your destination. Let's pretend your destination is California. Stay with me, right? I like to imagine stuff. So pretend your destination is California, and you're out here in New Jersey, and you're trying to get to California right now. That's your goal. That's your destination. That's your final stop. That's when you're going to feel comfortable, feel good, be happy, be excited, be proud of what you've achieved, right? The program you use is the vehicles, the transportation in which you get to your destination. So whether it's joining Workout World, right? Jersey Strong, whether it's going to join a CrossFit gym, whether it's doing a Beachbody program, because Beachbody has a whole library of programs. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you have a vehicle that takes you to that destination. Mm-hmm. Now, all forms of transportation are the same, right? You could be in a canoe with a stick on a paddle down, right, to get to your destination. Or you could be in a jet getting there. The program you use is the transportation you use to get to that destination. So that's the thing. There's not one might be better than the other, but as long as you have a vehicle you're using to get there, that's the number one thing you got to know. So you have to know what goal you want to achieve and what results you're expecting from it, right? If you were to seek out an expert right now, if you say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, 5% body fat, and you were to seek out an expert, right? You're not going to go to that expert and say, hey, I'm seeking you out because I want to train with you in person. You're going to go to that expert and say, hey, I'm seeking you out because this is what I want to achieve. Mm-hmm. How can I achieve that? Does that make sense? So right now, our vehicle has always been the gym. It's always been, you're coming to the gym. This is our transportation. This is how we're going to get you to your destination. And I won't lie, we got fighter jets in the gym. Like you know what I'm saying? We're getting you there fast, right? G5, like you're not paddling the canoe when you come to EasyFit, right? But now circumstances have changed, and now our vehicle, our transportation has become our Easy Online program, right? It's still gonna get you there as long as you have that to use. So if I tell you, hey, listen, imagine somebody new comes to me for the first time, never been to EasyFit, right? Like some of the of you guys have. I'm like, Jemand, I'm upset with the way I look, the way I feel. I'm disgusted. I can't look in the mirror. The stories I hear all the time. And in that moment, I say, hey, listen, I have the perfect program for you. And I prescribe our Easy Online Virtual Training Program. And without them even knowing what it's like to train in the gym at all. And I said, this is the best program for you because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a personal coach who's going to hold you accountable every day, who's going to keep you inspired, keep you motivated. You're going to get live workouts 8 hours a day, right? So you can come and do any workout you want, okay? You're going to get an app with a personalized program. And if you miss a live workout, you can do the app on your own. And the program are designed to help you achieve your goals, X, Y, and Z. That person's going to be like, all right, this makes sense. So you're telling me, if I trust you and I hop in this transportation, I'm going to get to my destination, right? So it comes into trust, right? So that's the thing. So gym and home, they both work. Why? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, when you work out, the goal is to break muscles down and then the days you rest is when they rebuild. Whether you're doing calisthenics, right? Push-ups will break muscles down. Bench pressing will break muscles down. Push-ups are easy. Here's the thing. I weigh 200 pounds, okay? If I do explosive push-ups and push my entire body off the ground, that's equivalent to me benching 200 pounds on the rack. So people who are like yo, I can't get to the gym and bench my 200 pounds, go do some explosive push-ups. See if you can actually get your entire body off the ground. I guarantee you probably can't. So that means, what does that mean? You got work to do, right? So the modality of training is the transportation you use to get to your results. Okay, so remember that. So that's why it's like, which one they all, everything works. And some people, that's why some people used to get amazing results from doing Zumba. Why? Because it's something they can stick to. Again, that's another thing, something you can stick to. Yep. Right? So the results you want to achieve and something that you actually enjoy doing that you can stick to. People have danced off 50 pounds and feel amazing and look good, right? So some people, but I know right now there's been people who've messaged us and say, hey, Jemand, when the gym opens, I'm going to stick to doing this virtual training because it's so convenient for me. I don't have to leave my house. I can be with my kids. I go and get it done real quick in my basement. I come back up since I feel great. I'm getting the same energy. I'm burning even more calories, right? So that's the key there, is that you getting the results. Now, there are some people who are like, I still want to be in the gym. I still want to lift heavy. I still want to deadlift. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. Well, guess what? Kit out your home gym with that stuff. Kit out your home gym with that stuff, and then find a training program that becomes your vehicle, your transportation to get there. Or you can wait till all gyms open back up, either or, right? So if you have any questions about that first topic, put in the chat box. We're gonna get to it towards the end of it. You know, as you're talking, the ice cream man came through. Somebody wrote that. I wish the ice cream man would come through here, get the kids ice cream, and myself too. I love ice cream. All right, so next topic. Okay, so I hope that answers the question for y'all. Which one works the best? Okay, I do both. There are days I'll go in, and when I'm in gym and I'll do all body weight stuff. If you can't pull your own weight, push your own weight, explode your own weight, you got some work to do, right? Okay. Now, next question. Let's see. Okay. Why? Oh, this is good. This is good. So this big thing is becoming, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my muscles in quarantine, right? So I wrote this topic, why you are going to lose your muscles while in quarantine. That's a fact. Why you are going to lose your muscles while in quarantine and what to do to keep that from happening. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you are going to lose your hard gain muscles while in quarantine, right? John, you want to touch on that real quick and let them know why?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing why, to me personally, is it's your mental state. You know, if you're not working out or you're not doing, like Jemand said, those explosive push-ups, if you're not doing any of that, or you're having inconsistency, and you're not setting goals, eventually your body's going to lose the adaptation response. If you're not adapting your body, you're not putting stress on it, you're not going to maintain the muscle you have. And on top of that, if you're not eating right, you're going to lose your muscle. But a lot of it comes down to, you know, something I call cortisol. You know, a lot of you now are trapped in a house, you're stressed, your kids are driving you nuts. I mean, Jemand, you know, with all your kids, you know, a lot of you guys have to, you know, teach your kids. Some of you are nurses, you know, some of you have busy jobs. And right now it's, you know, you're in hell right now. And if you're not sitting down and you're not getting those exercise, you know, your exercise in, you know, you're definitely going to lose that adaptation response. Your body's just going to naturally break down. It's going to release cortisol, and that cortisol is going to practically eat away your muscle. So that's why it's so important that you just do something, whether you're, you know, doing something on your own, going for a run. When you go for a run, you're releasing dopamine, you know, you're challenging your body. You might lose a little bit of muscle, but at least you're still staying in shape. You're doing something that, again, is going to make you feel good inside. And so, you know, I think it's imperative that, you stick to a plan of something. You need a plan of action. And if you're not challenging yourself, you're gonna lose all your hard gains. You're gonna lose that conditioning. You're gonna feel like crap. Your energy levels are gonna drop, and you're gonna practically just diminish and go into an extreme funk, which is gonna just cause a crazy hormonal imbalance, and you're gonna lose it all. So, that's my take on a lot of it. Jemand, is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, dude. You know what John said about the muscle? The truth about the muscle is, you guys will probably heard this, if you don't use it, you lose it. That is a fact. If you don't use it, you lose it. It's something called muscle therapy, when your muscle recruits a certain amount of muscle mass and keeps it at the front line because you're consistently working out, right? That's how you retain muscle tonality, so you get that tone, right? When your muscle sees that, when your body sees that these muscles on the front line is getting ready for work aren't being used, it costs a lot. Imagine soldiers on the front line, right? You have to feed them, you have to provide shelter. So the more soldiers you have ready on the front line for battle, right, the more resources you need to keep them. Your muscles are the same with your body. The more tonality you have, the more muscles you have ready to attack the workout every day, the more resources, the more calories, protein, carbs, macro and micronutrients your body needs to keep that. So the first thing the body wants to do, your body's always ready to go into survival. That means calorie conservation, right? So if the more lean muscle you have active, burns more calories, first thing your body's gonna say, hey, if we're not using these muscles, why are they active, right? That's why when you take a week off or 2 weeks from the gym, you come back, you're like, yo, I feel like I'm starting all over again. Because your body sent those soldiers home. Yo, we're not using you right now. At ease, soldier, go home. We don't need you, right? So that's the first thing. So those who are like, yo, okay, the gym is closed, so I can't go to the gym. I'm not just gonna work out. I'm gonna go run. Like John said, running is great for that endorphin release, dopamine release. However, running is not push-ups. Running is not bicep curls. Running is not pull-ups, right? So now those muscle groups that you haven't been activated, you've just been running consistently, getting that release and those feel-good hormones, chemicals, right? But then you're not stimulating those muscle fibers that you were used to stimulating, you're gonna lose them. So yes, a lot of you are gonna lose muscle while in quarantine. That's one reason why. So I'm gonna tell you a secret. If you stimulate the muscle just enough, you will not lose that muscle. So I'll go back to my bench pressing of 200. If you go to the gym every Wednesday, you bench pressing, you feel good, and now you can't go to the gym anymore. If you want to maintain those gains, all you got to do is just stimulate them. Even if you did 100 push-ups, that's stimulating the muscle. You will not lose that muscle. Why? Because you're telling your body, we're still using these muscles right now, right? So remember that any work you do, that's what's important, to continue some kind of weight training program if you've been doing that already. So that's one reason why. Another reason is structure. Right now, it's like a Wild Wild West in everybody's house. I know it is in my house. It's a Wild Wild West up in here, yo. These kids are crazy. And I'm sure a lot of you parents can relate. Between 7 a.m. when they wake up to 7 p.m. is a blur if you don't pay attention, all right? I get it. It's a blur. There's no structure. You're not getting up at 5 p.m. every morning, hitting the gym for your workout or getting ready, going to work, sticking to a meal plan. There's no structure. There's no routine. Without routine, there's no structure, right? So a lot of us have fallen off our routine. And with routine, eating healthy is part of that routine. Eating enough is part of that routine. Making sure you get enough calories in is part of that routine. I guarantee you, you went from knowing exactly what meals you were eating, when you were eating, at the time you were eating, how much calories you're doing, to now it's like, dang, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in 3-4 hours, right? How much protein have you taken in the last, since you woke up? So some of us have completely lost track of that. And do you know what happens when you don't feed? Remember I said to keep the muscles ready for battle on the front lines, it needs resources. Guess what the number one resource is for the muscle? Protein, right? Calories in the form of protein, right? So if you're not giving the muscles the resources, you're going to have troops on the front line that are like this. They can't fight, right? So the muscle's going to atrophy, right? You're going to start losing them. So not only are you not stimulating those muscles, training them to let them know, hey, we got to get ready for battle, you're not feeding them. So now you're not feeding it, you're not training it. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to lose it, right? So yes, is there something that's muscle memory that the muscle comes back? Yes, but muscle memory happens in 2 weeks. Like you take 2 weeks off, when you come back 2 weeks, everything comes back. If you go months and months and months, you're rebuilding, right? It's like when you get injured, I know because I've dislocated both shoulders, knees, I'm all jacked up. To rebuild my arm to be as strong as it used to be, it took 6 months. So that's not what I want for you. Everybody who's on quarantine right now, whether you train at Easy or you train anywhere else, get structure back in your life, get routine back in your life, and then stimulate those muscle fibers at least once a week. At least once a week. That's gonna get you that, keep you from losing your hard gains that you've been doing all these years. Does that make sense, guys? John, anything you want to add to that?
No, I just want to touch on the importance of that protein consumption too. You know, like for example, right now I'm not hitting the gym as hard as I used to. You know, I mean, I'm coming to the gym right now and I'm doing some of this stuff, but I'm not. Again, it's out of my comfort zone. So I'm like you guys right now. You know, I was so used to, or you guys were so used to coming to the gym, but now you're doing the online. You're in fear that your results are going to go down, but it really just comes down to making sure you're recovering properly. So like I worked out not too long ago, and instead of sitting around and not eating, because my whole routine's off now, because I'm just like you guys trying to readjust to my routine. You know, one of my goals was to make sure I get my protein intake in. So for example, I'm drinking the ISO Pure right now. So this is what's going to refuel, you know, my muscle from potentially, you know, depreciating in a sense, you know what I mean? So it's just imperative right now during these times, guys, you're just making sure, you know, you're getting your nutrition in, you know, as much as possible. And I know a lot of us, again, we have crazy schedules now with the kids, especially, and other, you know, other reasons and other issues. Make sure you guys just write out, create that structural plan as far as nutrition goes. You know, like I've already wrote down, you know, I typically like to write down all my meals for the day, you know, or for the week. And especially now, you know, one of my biggest things, my concern too, is losing my muscle and losing my hard gains. So I'm just making sure that, you know, I'm getting all that protein in as much as possible, on top of hydration, on top of carbohydrates and fats and etc. So, yep, that's about that.
Nice. I got a question that came in. It's a good question. Let me see. Yeah, Steve asks, in order to gain bigger muscle, you should be increasing weight. Should you be increasing weight versus reps? That's a good question. That's a good question. Here's the thing, muscle size, right? This is what my coach when I was competing, because I used to do chest 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I want big chest, right? My coach, who was my boss at the time at Workout World, Tony Fadaconi. If you know him, big up to Tony. He's my mentor, taught me a lot of stuff. He was like, yo, your chest is not gonna grow. One, it's not about how many times you hit it, right? I mean, it is, don't get me wrong, how heavy you're going. It's about what you feed it and your recovery. Here's what happens when you weight train. Growth doesn't happen in the gym. Growth happens afterwards. So imagine these are your muscle fibers. Muscles are a whole bunch of fibers in a lock-in, right? They cross or go right in to like this. Imagine these are your muscle fibers. Now you go in the gym and you pump iron. What you're doing, you're just ripping the muscle fibers apart. Let's use chest, right? You're ripping all the chest fibers all across. Boom, boom, boom. The heavier you lift, yes, the more muscle fibers, the more muscle mass you recruit. Remember when I talked about the soldiers in the front line? Stay with me here. Imagine if you have 500 soldiers on the front line, the pecs, right? And you're only benching 200 pounds, right? And every time you go back, you bench 200 pounds. The moment you go to 215, your brain recruits another 100 soldiers to the front line because you're stimulating the muscles a lot more than you were with heavier weights. Right? That's what's always good to change variations. If you normally do 20 push-ups, do 30 push-ups, do decline push-ups, do explosive push-ups. Force your body to put your body under more stress. The more stress you could put under your body the more fibers you're going to break down. That's the whole purpose of weight training, is to break the muscles down. It's not to build the muscle. So the more you can do, more reps is going to break the muscles down. If you're normally used to doing 10 reps, I guarantee you, do 20 reps, do 4 sets of 20 reps, you're going to break down the muscles down even more, right? So weights and reps work in breaking it down. Change it up. Don't stick to the same thing all the time. Muscle causing that confusion is going to make your muscle like, yo, hold up, we need more fibers to work. But here's the thing. No matter what you do to break the muscles apart, the muscles need to build back. That's why you're sore, the DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. You're sore for 3 days. That's the process of your muscles fibers coming back. Now, what determines how big the muscles get, how toned the muscle get, how great the muscle repairs back is what you feed it. So if you don't give the muscles the building blocks, BCAA, branched amino acids, are building blocks for muscles to grow back, right? Bigger, leaner, toner, stronger. If you don't properly feed your muscles with protein and BCAAs, your muscles are going to just go back. They might just grow a little bit like this, right? And then you break it down again and it goes back. But nothing ever drastic happens. Why? Because you're not feeding it enough. And you say, I train so hard, I lift heavy, but muscles are growing, right? And this is for muscle hypertrophy. I'm not just talking strength. I'm talking about you want to get bigger muscles, like bodybuilding style, like, bikini competition style. This is a science here, right? Now imagine you break the muscles apart and now you feed it and you feed it and you give it what it needs. It's going to build back, boom. And then you break it apart, boom. And that's why with proper nutrition, you're going to see your gains go through the roof like that. It's not, the lifting is just breaking the muscles down, guys. That's all it's doing. You're breaking muscles down, feeding it. That's why we always tell you guys, what are you doing post-workout? What are you doing post-workout? It's important because it's not about the workout. Yeah, the workout was great. Oh, I feel good. I put 500 calories. Oh, I feel like a beast. Oh, great. That was 1 hour. What are you doing the other 23 hours?
95% of your day.
Yeah. And then the day after that and the day after that. That's the gains. That's where the gains happen, guys. Does that make sense? So start focusing. Yes, focus on the program. So when my coach changed everything for me, when he flipped my mindset, he made me stop doing chest 3 times a week and did it once a week. I thought I was going to lose my pecs. I'm like, yo, you bugging right now. He's like, no, trust me. We're going to do it once. We're going to hit it hard. If you hit it hard, that's all you need. Just hit it hard. The muscle's going to break down. In those 3-4 days that they're building back, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. Clean food, obviously, right? Don't feed it crap. And you're going to see the difference. And I gained, I put on like 20 pounds of muscle. I was walking around like this, in like 3 months, So that is the difference. I hope that answered your question, Steve. All right, keep the questions coming in here. So that way, we can answer them. But so let's go into the next topic, and then we'll dive into more questions for y'all here. All right, so the final one here. The number one secret for maximizing your workouts. And everybody want to know, what's the number one secret? How can I get a better workout? Get my workout more efficient so I'm getting better results. The number one secret. John, you want to jump in this one?
Yeah, I mean, the number one secret is accountability. Most people don't have accountability. Everybody starts off motivated. Everybody wants that quick, fast result. But we all know, you'll start off running at your goal, sprinting towards that goal. Before you know it, things start getting in the way. You start getting tired. You need that motivation. Your energy levels start going down. It's when you need a coach. The coach is someone who's going to keep you constantly motivated and push you when you feel like giving up. And that goes for anything. And when you don't have that accountability, when you don't have someone who's going to create a structured plan for you, do the hard work and keep you motivated, eventually you're going to burn out. You're not going to see the results that you essentially want or whatever. So what we're going to talk about right now is just how to keep that accountability going, how to keep that motivation going, and how that leads to crushing your goals, seeing the results coming, and whatnot. So,
yeah, man. So the thing with accountability is that it's hard to keep yourself accountable, right? It's hard to be 100% committed all the time. It's hard. It's hard to keep that intensity when you train. And that's another secret to even maximizing your workouts. It's the intensity you bring to your workouts, right? So how do you bring better intensity to your workouts? Having somebody hold you accountable during that workout. This is what, when I train, here's the thing. You look at pros, right? This is why pros, Michael Jordan didn't get better by himself. Michael Jordan had coaches. Mayweather has a coach. All professional athletes have coaches that make them better. So when I was competing, I hired the best to help me. And when I would do walking lunges by myself with dumbbells, I would grab 65-pound dumbbells. You know, I'm like, yeah, this is a badass. Well, guess what my coach would do? He'll make me grab. He'd say, okay, you can walk with 65-pound dumbbells. All right, let's grab the 75. I'll do it. He's like, oh, you're still able to walk with them? Cool, let's grab the 85s. Does that make sense? So now he got to the point where I couldn't finish the walking lunges from one end to the other. I would stop in the middle of the gym with my legs quivering, shaking. He's like, okay, now we know that's what you need to use next time. I went from 85 to 90 pounds to 95. Would I be able to do that myself? Heck no. You think I'm going to train to where I can't walk across the gym with that? No, I want to look good. I want to grab that 65. I want to be like, yeah, look at me, right? So the things like having that accountability of somebody to take your intensity to that next level. So that's why it's like, even with our online program, you guys get the app, you get the workouts there. Kiko said this to me. Kiko's like, babe, I tried to do that workout myself. Nah, I can't do it. Like, I'm not motivated enough myself to go do it. I can't hold myself accountable like that. This is why I love taking the virtual classes, because I have you guys yelling at me, screaming at me, Kiko, let's go, motivating me, encouraging me when I want to quit, right? She's at one time she was doing the shoulder press. She stopped. John was like, what are you doing, Kiko? Come on, you got 20 more seconds. That's how it is in the gym. That's why you guys get amazing results in the gym, right? So to duplicate that online has been a challenge, but we were able to with the virtual classes. So whether you're doing, this is why Peloton works good too, because they figure that out. They have a coach there that inspires you and holds you accountable to finish the program. So a lot of these programs are great. Like, here's the thing. With our program, I know it's amazing. I know it's great. But we're not the end or be all for something. There's a lot of good programs out there. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say just do our program, right? But the thing is, like, you need somebody to hold you accountable, period. Because without accountability, you will never have that intensity, right? And without the intensity to train the way you need to train, your results are going to be stagnant. So if you're feeling stagnant right now, it's probably because you're not being pushed the way you're supposed to be pushed, because it's hard to push yourself. And that's what some of you are like, oh man, I love it. You know, when so-and-so is in class because they just push me, right? Does that make sense? So it's that intensity coming from being held accountable by the coaches, not only in the gym, but then, boom, outside of the gym as well, right? To keep you motivated, keep you inspired, and encourage you to keep getting after it. Does that make sense? John, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on every point. You know, everybody here, you know, needs a coach. You know, we need someone to hold us accountable. And that's what it comes down to. You know, you can sit there and say to yourself, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna start eating right. That may last for a couple weeks, but eventually you're gonna hit a plateau. You're gonna lose, let's just say 20 pounds. You're gonna be feeling good. Again, you're gonna hit that plateau. It's when a coach comes in. You know, coach is designed to, again, challenge you, like Jemand said. If you're not being challenged, you're not going to see that adaptation response, you know, for your body to continuously get, you know, those results. So, you know, that's my whole take on, you know, all of this. But we do have some questions in here. So someone asked, let's see, I want to go through some of these questions real quick. Let's see, hold on. Someone asked, how many classes a week/day should we be doing? Is there a point? Oh, hold on. Is there a point where it's not productive or more the better? Here's the thing. Doing too many classes isn't going to bother you. If you're doing, let's just say 4 or 5 classes, and like I said, you know, we touched on this earlier, and your nutrition is not on point, you're going to be overtraining. I'll be the first to tell you that. It is important that you're training, but you got to make sure, you know, your nutrition's on point. You guys are, you know, doing your due diligence and making sure you're recovering, you know, properly, and whatnot. So that answers, you know, that question.
Yeah, let me touch on that too.
Yeah.
You know, John brought that up. My coach used to always say, there's no such thing as overtraining. Is more called under recovery, right? So for example, when I was doing chest 3 times a week, you know, I wasn't recovering properly, so my chest will not grow. So here's the thing. The way we do our programs, whether you come in the gym or you're doing the virtual, we design the program so you can never overtrain. It's impossible to overtrain if you stick to our program. Why? Because we break down the muscle groups, right? So when you work a muscle, for example, you do legs on Monday and shoulders on Monday, you want to give that muscle 2 complete days of rest before you hit it again. So that's why we do legs on Monday and Thursday. And that delayed onset muscle soreness is the worst on Wednesday. Now, some of you might still be sore on Thursday, okay? If you still feel super, super sore on Thursday, then you can take that day off and just focus on recovery, stretching, getting some blood flow in, riding your bike, going for a run, right? Listen to your body. But we designed the workout so that way you can literally train every day and never overtrain. However, you can be under recovery if you're not giving your body, if you're not focused on recovery, right? Now, if we do legs on Monday and on Tuesday, you go do some insanity, some beach body insanity program, and it's all explosive jumps and stuff Tuesday, and then Wednesday, you go run 10 miles. That's when are your legs gonna recover? Right? So, and I see some of you doing that. And you know, it's like, yo, listen, like, I'm not about that. I'm about being smart, because again, you're jacking up your joints. You're jacking up your joints, you're jacking up your recovery, and this is what leads to injury. I know, I've been there. I'm telling you from experience, right? So you want to really focus on recovering. And if you're doing our program, why our program works is because literally the minds of the coaches you have here that are going to put in this program, it's not like just some body just throwing, hey, do this workout, do this workout, do this workout. There's science behind it, how we design the program. Science, you don't have to think about it. You just show up and do the program. That's why our program works so well. You know, but it's crazy when I see people do our program and then they go do this crazy other program. And then I'm like, okay, you just did legs on Monday. Now you're doing this crazy leg program on Tuesday. And then you're doing this on Wednesday. And now you want to come back and do legs on Thursday. That's overtraining. Hope that makes sense. Okay, another question that came in is, let me see, how many grams of protein should I take? Kristen asked this. Great question. So if a bunch of you have done your in-body before, right? You have your in-body measurements. If you don't have your in-body, I suggest doing an in-body. It's amazing because you get true numbers of what's going on in your body, right? Where it says your lean body mass at the top. So it has your weight and your lean body mass. You want to take a gram of protein per lean body mass. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm a guy, I weigh 200 pounds, okay? And my lean body mass is 180 pounds. That means I only have 20 pounds of fat on me. The rest is muscles, bone structure, skeletal muscle, all that stuff. I should be taking 180 grams of protein at least to sustain that muscle that I have. If I'm taking less than 180 grams of protein, guess what's gonna happen? I'm not giving my body enough of the nutrients, enough of the macros that it needs to sustain the muscle. When you don't do that, you will lose the muscle. Remember, the resources the body, the soldiers need on the front line. Now, what happens if I give my body a surplus? So if my body needs 180 grams of protein to maintain the muscle, what if I give it 200 grams of protein? Well, that leads to growth, right? That leads to muscle growth. So that's the science behind gains. Hey, I have 180 pounds of lean muscle mass. Well, if I add another 20 grams of protein and take it up to 200, I'm giving my body a 20-gram surplus of protein to rebuild. So now, once the muscles come back together, it's like building a house. You take the bricks, you build, oh snap, we got another 20 bricks here. Let's build a nice little loft on the top of the house, right? That's what's happening, right? But what happens if you take 160 grams of protein consistently, giving your body 20 grams less than what it needs? You're not building loft. You're going to lose your second floor. Soon you're going to lose your first floor. And all you're going to have is the basement, right? So that's the idea of knowing how much protein you should be taking. Now, women, the number is at least 0.8, right, grams per pound of weight. Okay, and men is 1 gram per pound of weight to maintain. And then to gain, you just increase by 1, increase. And that's why having a coach. If I was to coach you right now on gains, this is the first thing we're going to focus on. One of the few things we're going to focus on to help with that. Does that make sense? Cool, John. Any more questions you got coming? I'm going to look over the questions.
Monica asked, she asked, after a workout, should we recover with BCAAs or protein shake? The answer is both. You know, I personally feel that it's most important to have BCAAs. Again, what are BCAAs? Let's just break. Some of you on here probably are like, what the hell is a BCAA? BCAA is, again, branched chain amino acid. Your body, when your muscles break down, your body pretty much needs those building blocks to recover and to keep on, like Jemand said, putting the bricks on top of bricks to create the structure. So when you work out, your body is losing bricks. And you need to take the BCAAs, drink it, apply more bricks, slap that cement on to continue to build the structure before that structure breaks down. So that's where BCAAs, you know, come into play. When you're working out, when your body's using something called glycogen. Glycogen is the first form of energy that your body needs in order to keep you going so that you don't fatigue and pass out, essentially. So BCAAs help that aspect of recovering faster, restoring that glycogen so your body's not breaking down muscle for the energy that it needs. And then after the workout is complete, it's essential that within that 90-minute window, you get some form of protein in at about at least 24 grams. A standard shake, 1 scoop is 24 grams, or if you do about a palm size of lean protein, there's your protein right there. I think it's essential. You do the BCAAs during, and then you do the protein shake right immediately after. And so do both for sure. So that answers your question. So there is no right or wrong. Do I do BCAAs or protein? Do both of them, and you'll see maximal results. So.
Nice, good. Yeah, man, you know, 100%. Everything John said is on point. With that, with the BCAAs, and a bunch of you asking, is the gym, can we get BCAAs? Here's the thing. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out because we still got BCAAs in the gym. If you need BCAAs, you know, from the gym, just email us. Email us support@easyfitnessgroup.com, and we'll know. We'll get you. See if we can ship some out to you or do some kind of curbside delivery to your house or something.
Yeah.
I know John and I have been doing that.
No,
So
I don't think I might have 1 BCA left. But yeah, if you guys want some curbside drop off.
Yeah, everything is on like back order right now, so we got some more coming in. Yeah, so but yeah, BCA is everything John said. Like I do both. I actually do BCAA before my workout, and then I mix it in with my post-workout shake afterwards. So I do 5 milligrams before, and then I do 10 milligrams after, after with the BCAA. Another question that came in, Amanda Cooper, come take the wine out of my house. Shari's actually doing wine pickup, junk food pickup. If you leave it out on the porch, he's gonna come pick it up. But Amanda asks, is that when I was talking about the body weight, eating, give your body enough for the protein? Yes, it's fat-free. So if I weigh 200 pounds and I have 180 pounds of, you know, lean body mass, that is mass without the fat. So that means the other 20 pounds is fat, right? So that's what I want to focus on, the lean, the fat-free body mass, the lean body mass. And then as that number increases, that means you need to feed your body more. All right, cool. Let's see, John, do you see any more questions you guys have here?
Where was it?
I don't know what somebody asked Anthony asked BioX4. I don't know what BioX4 is. I can tell you what that is. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Any more questions coming in, guys, before we close out? Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, in closing, guys, as we look through these questions, in closing, here's the thing. some of you are sitting here right now, we had about 75 people who were on, and you're like, oh, great content, great information. Awesome. Thanks, guys. You guys are inspiring. You guys are motivating. You guys make me feel excited. I want to go work out right now. Yada, yada, yada. Great. But what's going to happen tomorrow? And what's going to happen the day after that? Right? So, you know, we love giving knowledge and helping you guys out, but it comes down to action, taking action on what you learn, you know, what we're telling you, right? And the ideas and what we're planting in your head. Okay, so we can do this all day, give you guys a lot of content, help you guys out, but the ones who achieve the most out of field, the ones who's like, you know what, today I'm gonna make the commitment to put my life back together, create structure, create routine. Mm-hmm. And on our fridge downstairs, I have a plan for the kids. I created a quarantine survival for success plan for the kids. So they know if they ask, can I watch TV? I said, does it say TV on there at this time? They say no. Well, you can't watch TV, right? Straight up. Can we play games? Nope. What time is it? Well, this is homework time. This is schoolwork, so we got the schoolwork. This is craft time. So literally structure, because why they're going crazy? They'll have structure. So boom, map it out, structure, routine to follow it. Kiko's like, babe, this didn't save my life. Thank you so much for creating this. So even when Kiko comes and it's 8:30, she's like, okay, kids, schoolwork. Kai goes, it's not 9 o'clock, mom. Schoolwork starts at 9 o'clock. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. 9 o'clock is just chill time. I mean, 8 o'clock is chill time. They wake up, they chill, we hang out, and then schoolwork starts at 9. So structure for Kiko and for the kids, because you need that in order to thrive, right? So your goal today, one is if you're not doing any kind of program right now, do something. Do something where you're going to stimulate the muscles. You want to do it easy online? We have a free week trial right now. Take it. Even if you've been a member of the past and you're frozen cancer, just take it. Just get motivated, get inspired to start doing something, right? Get the app for a week. Write down all the workouts from the app, and just after the week, forget it. Just do it yourself. Just do something, please. Okay. Don't let all those gains you've had go to waste. Second, create structure for yourself. Yeah. Get back on a routine, right? And third, get accountability. You don't want to use any of us. Find somebody to hold you accountable. Have your husband, your wife, somebody hold you accountable. Have your kids hold you accountable. Let your kids know, if you see mommy going in your snacks again, call me out. Tell me not to eat it. Like, seriously. Use your people around you to hold you accountable, straight up, because it works. Kai will call us out anytime. Anytime. All right? So, John, anything else you want to add before we close out?
You touched on everything that the one big thing I was going to say was accountability. Just make sure if you're not training with us that you're doing something to hold yourself accountable. You know, create that structure, create that calendar. I love that. That's huge. The one thing that I like to do is right before I go to bed, I write out my entire day for the next day. When you write something down, you're highly likely to do it. And when you do those things, again, what does that do? Pops that dopamine, makes you feel good. Dopamine's addicting. It'll keep you going. And always know, guys, if you know, right now, if you're feeling motivated, like Jemand said, write all our workouts down, do as much as you can. Just always know we're here for you. So if you want to reach out to me, to Jemand, any of the other coaches, just know we're here for you guys. If you're not doing our online program, we're here to always hold you accountable and keep you motivated. Love y'all. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys found a lot.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for joining us. Till next week, we'll be on same time next week, 1 p.m. All right, with new topics and content for y'all. All right. Be safe, stay inside. All right, and don't go crazy. All right. See y'all.
Guys.
Peace.
Got it. You got it. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You got it.